Hello, my friends. It is the end of 2022, and somehow this year has absolutely and totally flown by. As I've said before, my day job is directing television commercials. I didn't set out to do this, but that's where I am as I kind of am working my way towards film and television. And in TV commercials this year, it was an incredibly rocky, bumpy year. Lots of projects that fell apart, a lot of projects that canceled, a lot of projects that even when I would kind of pitch and either win them or get close, the scope and scale would change dramatically. It would shrink or cancel entirely. And so the net result was I just was on set far less this year than I have been in previous years. And that was an unusual, I wasn't expecting that, especially after being so busy the previous couple of years. And so I think it left a lot of room for conversations. It left a lot of room for me to plant seeds that I hope will kind of pay off in the upcoming year. I spent a lot of time meeting with YouTubers, with Maddie Hapoya, with a lot of filmmaker friends. I started a podcast, kind of speaking with feature film directors who had just recently made their first features. I spoke with the Daniels, with Nikki Atojusu, with Bassam Tariq, a bunch of my friends who made really amazing films and who have started to really kind of find some impressive and interesting success in the film and TV space. And then I think I also have been having these conversations about how to kind of make best use of time when I'm not on set. I was speaking with a director friend of mine named Morgan Cooper, who is an amazing filmmaker. He, was a freelance DP and director and had a YouTube channel and made a spec kind of short film that was reimagined The Fresh Prince of BEL-AIR as a drama. He just shot it with his friends, threw it on the internet, and amazingly, it made it all the way to Will Smith, who called him, brought him out to LA. They pitched and sold 2 seasons of a TV show that is streaming on Peacock now called BEL-AIR. Morgan, has an office on the Universal lot now. It's an incredible trajectory, amazing amount of kind of progress in the last couple of years for him. And we met up the other day and we were talking about the kind of irony that the kind of more success you experience in kind of traditional filmmaking spheres, the film and television, in kind of big budget TV commercials, that the more kind of success you have, the further along you get, the less frequently you're on set, which is a different reality than any other kind of department head or crew position. The more successful a DP gets, the more frequently they're on set. Same with, production design, with any department head in any capacity. The more you progress in your career, the more often you're on set. Well, as a director, the pitches get bigger, the projects get bigger, it takes more to put them together, it takes more to kind of get something up and going. The net result is you just are on set far less. A super busy year for a commercial director, maybe 20 days on set, 25 would be crazy. And so, I think that our conversation was a lot about how do you kind of continue to grow at the craft and get better as a director when you're not on set. And so our kind of conclusion was that kind of experimenting with a Blackmagic, which again, it's not the camera, but the idea that you just grab a camera and go shoot something. I'm sure you all have that camera that you have access to. But basically experimenting and creating short form work has been an amazing way to kind of keep loose, keep limber, keep growing. And so this year, for me in particular, I've been exploring in a couple of ways. One, I've been making these little kind of documentaries. I've been out with Yo-Yo Ma, actually, with a Blackmagic, shooting some stuff that I don't know where it'll go. Been out with this subway busker, shooting some stuff. Shot a few little narrative pieces. Shot a short film, and then I also used my Blackmagic to shoot these little street films, what I called street photography in motion. I made video about it already before, but I made a video about it in terms of what it does for me on a soul level. I think what I haven't really talked about is how it's on a practical level an amazing tool to kind of get better as a director, as a filmmaker. And so, what I wanted to do to kind of end the year was basically share one of what ended up being about a dozen of these I made this year. I made them, but I did not share them. Because the point was not to create something to share, more to create something for my own kind of development. And so, about a month ago, month and a half ago, maybe I went out. It got super foggy here in the city as the weather was changing, and it just looked really fascinating. And so that was enough to kind of pop me out of my treatment stupor and grab my camera and go wander around outside. So I want to share one of these films with you. I literally walked from my office here in Dumbo across the Brooklyn Bridge into Lower Manhattan, around back down to the FDR, grabbed the ferry, and then came back to Dumbo, and that's it. But that was enough, really, for me to, I think, dedicate some time to getting better. These street films help me enormously in thinking about sequencing and shot selection and looking for kind of narrative beats within kind of a documentary setting. They're really, really helpful, instructive pieces, especially editing them together. So to end the year, that's it. Just wanted to share one of these street films from a foggy day in New York City. I'm excited about next year. This year, even if it was kind of a year that I wasn't on set as much, it felt like a year that I have spent a lot of time planting seeds. Meeting people, working with writers, working on scripts, meeting producers, spending a lot of time kind of putting things in place that will allow these longer, broader kind of projects to grow and evolve over the next year. My plan is to make a feature film in 2023. I don't know exactly how that's going to shake down, what shape that's going to take, but I know that it's going to happen. I'm very excited about that. And so part of that will be engaging with this channel some. I still haven't quite figured out what the methodology or the way that I would kind of want to consistently speak on this channel, because I think that my goal is continuous. My goal has been and will always be kind of pushing towards film and television, and so I think 2023 for me is going to be about being really specific about what I say yes to and how I spend my time. But I have a feeling that this channel and speaking with you guys here will be a part of that process in some capacity. So I've been speaking a lot with Maddie Hopoya. Very excited about kind of things that we've been cooking up and thinking about ways for me to engage in this space, but also ways for me to engage with his channel and how to bring some kind of film and television ethos to YouTube in some capacity. So I'm excited. I'm excited about the future. So appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back again in 23, and we'll make some cool stuff. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your year, and I'll see you guys very soon.